What's up, guys? It's Drew here for another severe weather forecast. It is Monday, April 21st, and let's take a look. So, as you can see here, we got a definitely much lower end threat today for severe weather. A 1 out of 5 that includes areas such as Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Birmingham in the darker shade of green, and then a general thunderstorm risk surrounding that, and coming up through here through Montana and some of the states more north. So yeah, definitely a more marginal risk. Definitely could and I think will see some severe weather as at the time of recording this. There is one severe thunderstorm warning and some severe weather going on near and very around these areas. Tornado risk very much lower ended, a 2% risk that includes Pittsburgh and Canton, Ohio, a couple locations in that area. The wind risk is 5% in both of those marginal areas. So we have Jackson, Birmingham, and Pittsburgh, to name a few locations in that. And then the hail, we have a 5%, again, same areas. This includes Pittsburgh, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, to name a few locations. Alright, so this is as of 6 o'clock right now. We're looking at the CAPE values currently, which the CAPE values are a measure of how unstable the atmosphere is. And if you want to get kind of nerdy with that, it stands for convective available potential energy. So yeah, it's basically just a measure of how much energy we have in the atmosphere for thunderstorms to develop. So if we look kind of in the areas where the marginal risk is at, we can see some CAPE values indicative, let's see, not really the highest CAPE values, which is more than likely why there's just a marginal risk. I mean, we got values ranging from about let's see, about 50, between 50 and 75 up to about 150-ish, which is pretty low CAPE values. Once you start getting to like the thousands, then that's when you really have better CAPE values there. And even up north here, kind of Pennsylvania, this little area here, really not the most impressive CAPE values as well, which again is probably why there is only a marginal risk outlined for severe weather today. So let's go to our shear here. Again, this is as of 6 o'clock. Well, actually, no, give me a second. Let me go back to the CAPE. We're going to go in time here. So this would be 7 o'clock here tonight. We can see that nothing really changes much on here. In fact, some of the instability is kind of dropping a little bit, as you can see in some of these areas down here. Now, as we go into 7 o'clock tonight, or no, sorry, 8 o'clock tonight, we can see that they continue, not much change there. Still some low to moderately low, or instability, if you want to call it. So that is as of 8 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock tonight here. We can still see on a bit of a downtrend here. Not much has changed, but a little bit of a downtrend in the instability. Now, if we look at 10 o'clock here, we can see that still a bit of a downtrend, except for this area kind of up here, eastern Pennsylvania, right up kind of where I'm moving my screen around, where these reds and oranges are. That's probably where we will see probably the most sustained storm development out of those two marginal risk areas, because if you look down here, you can see that these blues and these kind of lighter yellow colors they're really starting to drop off there. So that's where I think the storm development will probably stop, is around at that point for that area. Now, as we look at 11 o'clock here, we can see still up here, instability-wise, is holding pretty good and still kind of losing steam down in this area of marginal risk. Now, as we go into midnight tonight, we can see that starting to drop off now a little bit more up towards the north. Not a whole lot changing kind of down here. Still just some weak to moderately weak instability down in this marginal risk area. Here in a second, we're going to take a look at our wind shear here. Hey guys, I do kind of apologize. I'm still trying to understand, like, being able to convert the Zulu time or whatever to Central time, so kind of bear with me here, but this would actually be at 1 a.m. in the morning. I do apologize on that. So basically, that'd mean all the times I've said, they'd be, like, pushed ahead by an hour, basically, because let's see, this is at 22Z, which 15Z is 9 o'clock a.m. Central, 18Z is noon Central, then 21Z would be 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Central, so at 00 is 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Okay, well, I don't know then. So it's either 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, but I have a feeling it's 12 o'clock, although it said it was 1 o'clock. But whatever, just bear with me as I figure out this Zulu time. Again, I do kind of apologize on that part of it. Anyway, I took way too long on that little part there. Let's look at the... Give me 1 minute. Actually, yeah, we're going to look at bulk shear here. So, yeah, we can see up in these areas the marginal risk, again, kind of down here and more up north. We can see that actually the wind shear values do look more impressive up in that northern outlined area than they do down here, even at... Oh, no, never mind. Let me go back to the beginning. So this is as of 6 o'clock p.m. with our values, our wind shear here. You can see, again, way up kind of more north in this northern marginal risk outline, we can see much more impressive wind shear values as we head more down that southern outlined area. As we move into 7 o'clock tonight, we can see still not a very impressive wind shear down in this area compared to, again, up in our northern outlined area. And honestly, in my opinion, I think up in this northern area, it's going to perform better than this southern outlined area. And just because we have stronger wind shear and slightly stronger instability values up towards that way. So this would be by 8 o'clock tonight. Again, bear with me if I get the times wrong on some of these. I'm still trying to get used to Zulu time and trying to convert it back to Central time and everything like that. But anyway, let's just continue here. Still, again, up north, definitely a decent wind shear values up there compared to the south. So, and I think that's probably going to remain constant really the entire night as we look at 9 o'clock, still that way. Then, 10 o'clock, yep, still that way. So I think that's basically going to remain constant the entire night. 11, and finally midnight, yeah, still remaining slightly higher values up there. So, yeah, let's take a look at our reflex. So now we are going to take a look at our composite reflectivity. This is as of 6 o'clock here. As we can see, we got storms kind of dotting down here by Louisiana over here. And yeah, down in this little area here. These, I think, could for sure be on the slightly stronger end, but I don't know if many of these will go severe. And really the reason for that is how they're not really isolated, or what's the word? How they're not really, oh my gosh, I forgot the word. Discrete, my bad about that. Anyway, yeah, that's why I think that these storms down here really won't go severe as quickly, at least as of now, is because they're not as discrete. But same for these cells really kind of up in, that second area. And really, these storms here, I don't even really think they've pushed too far into that marginal risk area as of that time. Now, as we move into 7 o'clock tonight, we can see storms continuing to push to the east down here and continue to push up northeast down here. Again, we kind of have a little bit of a linear mode potentially with some of these storms trying to develop maybe. And if that happens, then obviously with that linear mode, we would see more of an enhanced wind threat and, maybe some hail thrown in there. But if we get this linear mode like this, it's mainly just going to be hail and wind. I don't think there's really going to be much in the way of a tornado threat with this lower end conditional risk. So this is as of 8 o'clock tonight. Storms kind of starting to become more of a congealed blob of showers and storms down there, if you will. Again, we have some little storms and showers potentially trying to pop off kind of down here a little bit in Kentucky, but I don't think really those will go too severe, really. You can see still trying to turn into a little bit of a linear mode up here, and maybe potentially down here too, but I definitely see these storms turning into more of a linear mode. So this is going to be as of 9 o'clock. We can see these storms down here. I think after we get past 8 o'clock, I don't really anticipate a whole lot in the way of like severe weather, because it's kind of just turning to a congealed blob of convection really down there. Up here, though, I think some of these could be low-grade severe, strong to low-grade severe, though, because they're more of a linear mode, one, or more discrete, really, than some of, these down here. Like, how these down here are more just congealed, more of a mess than anything. So as we go into 10 o'clock here, we can see actually one of these storms, it looks like maybe trying to develop a little bit of a hill core kind of down here where that pink is, but really, I mean, not much, again, in the way of severe down in this area of showers and storms. Again, as we move more up north, we can see possibly a few severe storms kind of up in this little area up here, but really not too much of a threat. Again, a conditional threat tonight. So this would be as of 11 o'clock, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, as of 11 o'clock. So, yeah, these storms down here, I would say, are kind of starting to lose steam, except for this kind of most eastern cell on this side. But, they're really starting to lose steam down here, and kind of same up here, too. Just starting to become more spotty showers, maybe a few isolated strong to very low-grade severe. This is as of midnight tonight. Maybe a few storms trying to refire potentially, but again, I don't think really they're going to get too severe with this kind of conditional threat. Of course, showers and storms continue to dot this little area up through here. Again, maybe a couple of strong to very low-grade severe storms, but overall, sorry about that. Overall, I don't really expect much in the way of severe weather, so yeah, well, that's going to be it for today's forecast. Hopefully you enjoyed my slightly longer forecasting video tonight, whatever. Of course, just heed all the warnings, the severe warnings, and you should be fine tonight. Yeah, so thanks for watching another weather forecast, and I will see you, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, I will see you tomorrow for another weather forecasting video.